Chicks on your APs, looking like Weez. Haven't seen
I could really change the intro song to the I'm So ATO from Bankroll Knee. Like I could have done that about 2-3 weeks ago.
Get in there.
I'm still kind of stuck on music. I'm not gonna lie to you, but yeah, for sure, fellas. How y'all doing, man?
I'm good, bro. What's going on, y'all? Yeah. Yo, for the listeners, we having
What's
like
up?
a slight
Y'all say something to me?
having like a slight oh yeah, no. You just seeing what's going on, you know what I mean?
Man, what's up, y'all, man? I'm still trying to work through these Wi-Fi connect issues, man. I really don't even know what I can do at this point, bro.
And it's real life though. I feel like for the listeners, you know what I mean, like you seeing like some real you know, we are human beings, things happen. So you gotta be patient with us sometimes.
Makes it more genuine, a more genuine experience.
Exactly.
I remember when I talked to Jelani about this when it happened, like 2013. So this is 12 years ago when Gambino dropped because the internet. You know, he recorded it in like Chris Bosch's Airbnb, and he said instead of doing it in a studio because like the bad audio quality would make it more authentic and would connect with people more. And I just remember Jelani being like, "It sounds pretty good to me." And so yeah, I don't know, just stuff like that. People are like, which leads me into like how disconnected are like celebrities. You know, when you think about Met Gala, where you pay 75,000 to go, you wear like 6-figure outfits at least. In a lot of cases, multi-million-dollar outfits, and you're kind of asking people to care, like the general public, to be like, "Yo, care about this outfit," you know. And because I bring this up because someone did a TikTok, and he was like, "I do not care about what celebrities wore at the Met Gala because a studio apartment is currently $1,200." So I guess just how do y'all feel about how disconnected celebrities are from reality right now?
I didn't even know. I didn't even know you had to pay to go to the Met Gala. I didn't know that, but that makes sense though. Like low key. Um, yeah, the Met Gala thing is kind of. I don't know. It's always been kind of. It's not really my lane as far as like knowing the ins and outs of it. But I just think in general, I feel like it's impossible once you start making a certain amount of money, or you get a certain amount of notoriety, people be like, especially rappers would be like, I'm always gonna keep it real. I'm never gonna change. I'm always be the same person. It's not realistic. Like you can't, even if you're not rich, like you're not gonna be the same person. Like I don't think any one of us is the same person we were 10 years ago. You know what I'm saying? Even without being rich. So like imagine just going through like your natural life and then you get money and fame on top of it. Like it's gonna be there's gonna be some level of disconnection from reality that comes with that.
No, 100%, definitely. And I'll just keep going until I hear Mo say something. But yeah, no, I definitely agree with you there. It's kind of inevitable. It doesn't mean that you're less genuine of a person. I do think that there's levels though to like the amount of change of like, like people will say like J. Cole is so real. He rides his bike through New York. He's still a humble guy. He walks through his own festival like he's a fan. People can look at that and be like, oh, he's humble, this and that. He's a man of the people. And then, you could also look at someone who is obviously a bit arrogant and things of that sort and kind of dismissive with their fans and like, oh yeah, they're disconnected from reality and things of that sort. So another point that people brought up was Dolce. She got caught. They just showed Julius Randle's kids on the sideline, and one of the kids was on his iPad playing the game, and he was like, he got mad at the game, so he went like,
I mean, when your dad is in the league, it ain't even after a certain point. It's probably not even like that
yeah.
exciting to be going to games anymore.
But I feel like that's on TNT. Like, why are you showing the kids when one of his sons is on his iPad, bro? Like, I unless you just want a viral moment, which I understand.
More than likely, they do.
Yeah.
Who y'all talking
Mo,
about?
So first of all, we were talking about like celebrities being disconnected. Jelani made the point of everybody's going to be changed by changing your tax bracket, whether or not like it was intentional or not. It's just like based off your surroundings changing. And he said it's kind of like the same thing with us of how we've changed in the past decade because our environments have changed, even if we didn't, necessarily just become rich and things of that sort. So what I was telling Jelani was I was watching the game in the middle of my like response to that, and TNT showed Julius Randle's kids courtside, and one of his kids was on his iPad playing the game, and he like got mad at the game when the cameras had a close up on him. He was like this at the iPad, and I was like, why would TNT even show his kid when his kid is on the iPad and stuff like that? So that's where we were with that entire conversation. And but yeah, in terms of just like, oh yeah, Dolce. So with Dolce, she got caught, quote unquote, like the paparazzi saw her in an elevator get out before she wanted to unveil her outfit. I guess she wanted to reveal it when she got to the red carpet. So when they saw her, she like turns around and just starts snapping at her team, like yelling at her. And everybody's like, oh, and they try to cover her. And then she finally gets out the elevator and kind of like this white sheet box around her. And as she's walking out, of course, it's raining in New York. So she's like, umbrella, I need an umbrella. And then someone brought an umbrella. And then she was like, more umbrellas. I need 4 umbrellas right now. And someone's like, can we please get an umbrella for Dolce? Can we please get an umbrella for Dolce? And
Yeah,
people,
she.
go ahead, Jelani.
No, I seen a video. She had like she had like 3 or 4 umbrellas, like she said. I didn't know it was raining. I just thought that she was trying to cover up from the paparazzi.
No, it was raining, and like the afro was kind of like the main part
of
her fit. So like,
we gotta protect the afro.
Yeah, for sure. So like, the request made sense. I think it was the tone that everybody was like kind of offended by, and then other people brought up, oh please, like you guys salute people like Mariah Carey and Nicki Minaj for having egos and being divas each and every single year, and now you got a problem because it's Dolce.
I mean, yeah, she was talking to him crazy. Don't get me wrong, but like, I do think that that's part of. I'm not gonna say every celebrity talks to their assistants like that, but I do feel like when you sign up to be an assistant, you got to know what you're signing up for with these jobs. Like, I feel like that's a problem. I feel like it's a problem a lot of the time in general. Like you'll have, it's like being a terminator, or what's it called, an exterminator, and then like being shocked when you go to the job and a bug crawls on you. Like that's part of what comes with the job. I feel like if you're a celebrity and assistant, obviously you hope the person you work for is cool, but like, to a certain extent, you gotta know what comes with that.
Beyonce had a thing in one of her documentaries where she was talking about being nice and why she can't be nice. She said because she was being nice at the start of her career, and just the amount of time that it would take to get things done will be so elongated versus when she decided that she wasn't going to be nice anymore. And when she stopped deciding that she was going to be nice is right when people were, what was it? Right when people started getting stuff done in a quick way and everything like that. So,
yeah, I mean, because you got like when you, especially like Dolce she's not a superstar yet, but they're the combination of her talent uh and the people behind her, they're pushing her to, trying to reach that superstar status. When you at that level, you got so many people working with you and so many different things that gotta go right for you to reach your potential. You know what I mean? I can understand, especially in a situation like that. Like, I'm not saying it's cool to talk to your people like that, but that's her first Met Gala. She never been there before. She she wants to make a grand entrance. I just feel like she got caught in like a bad moment. At least I hope. I hope she ain't just talking to her people like that every day, just on the regular.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. I think it is kind of a two-way street though, because when you get caught up saying something crazy, I think it is kind of also indicative of like how you usually speak or act. It's like, say you on TV and that live TV and you say something crazy, but you didn't mean to say it on national TV. Like I remember the Six with Michael Smith and Jamel Hill, and before it's the Six, it was like it is. The show one called It Is What It Is. What was it called? No Numbers Never Lie.
Yeah, the original. Yeah.
Yeah. So they were on Numbers Never Lie, and Michael Smith cussed, and like it was in the middle of him making a point. He said, "Oops." He said, "Well, I'm probably not going to be here tomorrow," and they suspended him for like a day or two, and then he came back and apologized and stuff like that, and I don't know what else ESPN did with him. But, I remember showing it or telling my mom, and my mom was like, that never would have happened if he doesn't talk like that off camera or, like off of ESPN. So I think even though, yeah, Dolce might have gotten caught up at a bad moment, that's probably how she usually talks to folks. If you never snap at people, even when you're super mad, you're not going to snap at people like that for real, for real.
Yeah, I think she was kind of wilding with the language that she was using. Like, I saw the clip, and I was just like, "This is OD. This is like one of those clips that I feel like you would. This is like something you would see in a show, like a sitcom, of like a parody of how somebody would act. Like I don't know. She was doing a lot, and I think you got to learn how to treat people with respect no matter how far you get, Because I understand you want to make sure that you look good, like your fit is presented the right way and everything, but it's just like, it's not that deep, Like, we're going to see the fit,
Do y'all think, do y'all agree that, do y'all think that Ye would be the worst celebrity to be an assistant for?
100%.
Just because I feel like the type of request, the type of stuff he would be asking you for would be like run to the jeweler, get my new swastika chain for me real quick. My bad, bro.
Oh no, you good, you good.
Yeah, no, I was just saying, I feel like he would have you making some wild grocery store runs.
I think for sure he would have you go pick up his porn.
Yeah, he probably still does buy physical porn. He probably still got the magazine. I mean, he said he was reading the dirty magazines growing up, so I don't know if he's still keeping up with that or not. But do they still make those?
I have no clue, Jelani. but the what you call, like, I look at Sneeko, like how Sneeko's been with him and stuff like that for the past couple weeks, and if you look, every single time someone new is around Kanye, and it's obvious that they're only around Kanye for the time being because they know how Kanye is, they know he's eventually going to flip on them and like shun them and block them out of his life at some point. So they kind of use the amount of time they have with them to the maximum. So now, and Sneeko's time with Kanye, next to Kanye and things of that sort, he's like, it's just crazy how much they kind of like have to pander to him and be a yes man to him. Because if you're not a yes, like he kicks you out and says, "I don't need you, get out." I just think it's always interesting to see that, because Sneeko is like, his entire thing is being unapologetic and kind of like a big bad like content creator of just like I say what I want and I don't care because I'm Sneeko. And like seeing him go from that to with Ye, where Ye walked off because Piers Morgan got his Twitter follower count off by 1 million. And you know, he said, well, Ye felt disrespected. I don't think you should have did that. Like, come on, bro. Like, what are we doing here, bro? You know that was ridiculous for him to walk off because he said you had 33 million followers instead of 34 million followers.
Is that what happened in that? Because I never watched
that is what happened. And Piers Morgan said you're big on X, and he said you have 33 million followers, and he said, is that the number? And he says, I think that's the number. And he says, don't you have a big research team over there? And he said, someone could do the math over there. He said, well, why you count that up? I'm gonna go. And then he just got up and left.
This was the interview they did last year or a couple years
today.
ago.
This was today.
Oh, they did an interview today. Bro, you understand? Like I kind of had to force myself to be out the loop when it comes to him. Now, certain stories, just because he is who he is, certain stories end up coming across my radar or whatever. But it just be too much, man. He just got a lot going on right now.
Understatement. And North was at Met Gala yesterday with her mom, and walking out of the hotel, she looked like she was over it, man. And I feel bad for the kids more than anything else, you know what I'm saying? Because like their dad's her superhero, you know what I'm saying? That's her dad, you know. Oh, them boys fighting, or they look like they was fighting. DiVincenzo did something to Butler, and Draymond ran over and just pushed him. But yeah. So I don't know, like I said, that's who I feel the worst for in this situation, because it's like, what do you do when your mom got, you know what I'm saying, famous off of what she got famous off of, and then, you know, your dad is kind of having a constant meltdown, but he's also like the most important artist of the last 20 years, 25 years in music. Like, how do you even deal with that as a child? I don't know.
Yeah. I was gonna say, yeah. No, I mean, for sure. I was thinking about that kind of recently too. Like, I'm just trying to imagine I can't even put myself in that situation of being like a teenage kid. And because by the time I was a teenager, my parents ended up getting like Facebook accounts and stuff like that, but they never, like, my parents they never was wilding on social media or anything like that. Like, that was, you know, that was still early days of social media anyway, so it wasn't even like that much you could really do. But I can't imagine being a teenager watching my son or watching my dad make a song about, I don't even think I could say the guy with the mustache making a song about that live on stream is, you know,
I don't know what the YouTube policies are on that.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say his name.
I know you definitely can't say it on like probably Twitch. You probably can't say it on Twitch,
bro. Just what a time we're living through right now, man.
God with the mustache. You're talking about Adolf?
I was trying to avoid saying his name, but yeah, that guy, yeah. That's just, bro. How did we reach this point, man? We're not gonna make the whole episode about that guy.
No. Forget that. How did we get to the point of the internet donating $600,000 to a white woman just because she called a 5-year-old autistic child the N-word with a hard R and called her a hero? That is that's the world we're living in now. So it's like, yeah, I can believe a world where one of the top artists is over there bouncing in a random studio with the streamer praising one of the dictators and one of the more evil people known in humankind, especially after starting his career 20 years ago, preaching the exact opposite thing, preaching unity and black power and love and respect and ending racism, is now promoting division for the sake of ending cancel culture. Like that's the dumbest thing. It's like you know you hear it and everybody's in the videos and they're listening to it and they're like this and he jumping all around singing the song. I'm like, you really think this is it? No, this is trash. This is not it, my boy. This is not it, my boy. There's a reason why nobody ain't checking for you no more, bro. There's a reason why nobody ain't checking for you no more. And we saying this as three of the biggest Ye fans in the history of Ye, bro.
Of life.
Of life.
All three of us.
We were sitting in the classroom reciting the skits. We sounded like Mike Epps in the skits. Hey, you ain't got no. I've been working this way. What you doing right now is trash, bro. And it's been trash for a minute, my boy. But I ain't gonna lie, you still have your moments. I'm not gonna lie, cause 5 a.m. You know what I'm saying? It's still, you know what I'm saying. 5:30 to 5:30. The car missing, the minute the car. That's still a joint. I'm not gonna lie to you. That's still a joint. But for the most part, a lot of this stuff that you've been doing, bro, to stay relevant and everything like that is trash. I went to the Millennial Tour, seeing Bow Wow perform, seeing all the old heads perform their old hits from the 2000s, and I had a sensational time, bro. And it's like you can literally, if you wanted to feel important and feel the praise from the public, you can literally just retire, bro, or even go and still put out music like Bow Wow, where you still putting out music, but people really only came to hear your new stuff. And you can just go live off of 2004, 2002, all the way up to 2012, bro. It doesn't have to be like this.
Yeah. Oh, you. Yeah, no, I was gonna say. I think that's the thing that he hates more than anything. Though I don't think he likes. He's just a. I kind of feel like at a certain point, even myself, I feel like I overanalyze him. Like I think, just truth be told, I just think he loves attention. He likes being different, even if it means going to the lengths that he's going to in order to feel like he's defeating the system or doing something different than everybody else. But I don't even think it's like, obviously there's no deeper intellectual thing behind it. He'll try to come up with, like, if you watch his interviews, to come with like these fake deep reasonings for why he does what he does. But in reality, it's just you're contrarian. You want the attention that comes with saying certain stuff.
100%, because Nico, he said he doesn't care about Palestine. He been doing this whole world tour for the past 4 or 5 years, speaking about a specific community tied to Israel. And whole time, he don't even care about the other side of why the people around the world are upset with that certain, culture and people right now. So, like you said, it's all to remain a contrarian, and there's that. It's whack. It's whack. But yeah, man. What's the Oh, go ahead, Mo. If you can hear us, jump in real quick.
Oh yeah, I was just listening. I was just gonna say, y'all know, Buddy had ran off to Argentina. Him and the rest of the gang.
He's in Argentina right now.
I'm trying to avoid to say his name. Nah, he's dead. I'm talking about Adolf.
Oh.
That's a crazy transition, right? Bro, I mean, we were talking about that.
I thought Ye was down there with
Nico
right now, bro.
No, I've heard that conspiracy theory before.
Pause, my bad. That was crazy.
Nah, the CIA released some or Argentina released some documents saying that the CIA had tracked him.
Is that where Tupac ran?
And there's a whole like. No, I don't think Tupac made it down there, but yeah, the Nazis definitely made it down there though. There's a whole community that's like still there, that's like very prevalent in Argentina.
So wait, are they saying that he? Are they saying that he made it down there? Okay, are they saying that he eventually ended up? Because like the way history tells it, he took his own life. Correct. That's the way that we were taught in history books. Let me actually look this up. Hold on. Well, we got the internet at our resources.
Nah, they say he lived to about the 80s.
That's what I was trying to figure out. So they saying he never even took his life. He was down there cooling. And then
can you share your screen, Jelani?
Yeah, it's just
I don't know how to actually. I literally just typed his name. I felt crazy even typing his name in the search bar.
Do you ever like have to search some stuff because you guys were talking about something with a group of friends, and then you like, man, the government might track my phone after this one?
Oh man, I forget what it was. Oh man, it was like somebody. I gotta think of the tweet. It was somebody they had searched up something. It was like totally. You say a phrase out loud and it sound crazy when you say it, but like it don't. Yeah. But then when you type it out and you search it, like, oh, that's a crazy search right there. Somebody was trying to make like an AI prompt, and they typed in. They're trying to make it relate to NBA YoungBoy, and they typed in YoungBoy. They was trying to troll and make like a zesty picture of YoungBoy. But when they typed, so let's say I'm gonna paraphrase. Like, let's say they typed in YoungBoy in compromising position. It was something along the lines of that, and it like when you search certain things on Google, it'll show you it'll send you like a message of like, this isn't an appropriate search or something along these lines. You need to be careful about what you're searching. So yeah, I know what you're talking about. I can't say these. I'll tell you when we get off the air what the phrase was, but it was something crazy.
I was thinking something like gay young boy, like
exactly. It was something like that. But when you type that in with young boy, they don't know you're talking about NBA young boy. So it looks crazy.
Yeah, because I don't know, like especially with our slang and stuff like that, you just it's funny. What I did think was funny. Hold on, before you go, like I seen the video. I don't know if y'all seen the video of Yachty in the mirror rapping Mexico Dro's No Date. I thought that was hilarious because I'm gonna just say it. I thought the song was directed towards people like Lil Yachty. He said, I ain't listening to no man with no French tips. Yachty singing that word for word, bar for bar in the mirror. I said, bro, don't you have a whole nail polish line? What is he talking about you?
And you gotta embrace the hate sometimes.
Gotta embrace the hate sometimes. Go ahead, Mo.
Oh, I didn't have anything for that. I guess
Had nothing for young boy, for gay young boy.
Bad.
That's crazy. Nothing for gay young boy is crazy.
Yeah. Nah, I don't think I got nothing for gay young boy.
All right, bet. But yeah, man, what you boys been on? Like, what's going on right now?
Man, we I feel like Cinco de Mayo weekend is. I know summer don't officially start till next month. I feel like Cinco de Mayo, not Cinco de Mayo weekend because they don't fall on a weekend every time. But I feel like Cinco de Mayo is like the unofficial start of summer. Maybe like the preseason of summer. Like once Cinco de Mayo gets here, that's when people start really coming. Especially in the Black community, we love Cinco de Mayo. I don't know when that started, but that we've taken that as like our own holiday at this point.
Facts.
Did y'all go out this weekend?
Nah, I agree with that. I feel like.
Oh, my bad. I didn't mean to cut you off.
What'd you say?
I didn't mean to cut you off. My bad, bro.
Oh, you good. Oh, yeah. I was just saying, yeah, like I do feel like, yeah, it is kind of like the start of the summer. I ain't really celebrating nothing. I really was just kicking it with my mom. I went to go see Sinners. I like Sinners. I know there's been a lot of, mixed reviews. I think a lot of people just like, I don't know, they went into it with this like, unrealistic expectation of it instead of just enjoying the movie for what it was. And the people who went in just trying to enjoy the movie for what it was, I feel like they enjoyed it. Because I was talking to the one girl about it, and it's like spoiler alert. There's like, of course they're vampires and stuff, and there's like pretty much possibly.
I ain't seen it yet. Hold on, I'm gonna have to. I might have to take off the headphones for like 10 seconds while you explain it.
Oh, nah. I mean, I was just going to say it's like she felt that the situation they were in essentially could have been avoided. Well,
Okay.
like, yeah, somewhat avoided. And I was just like, and I'm thinking, I'm like, well, not really in a sense if you really think about it. But, yeah, but I think overall it was just a good movie. A lot of symbolism in it. And yeah, it was just I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed just how they kind of, if you really think deeper to what is really going on, it'll make more sense. But if you just see it at a surface level, I don't think, like I can get people not really rocking with it. It's just like we're vampires and all this stuff like that. But yeah, but I liked it. And yeah, so I went with my mom. My mom don't like gory stuff, so she wasn't really feeling it. So that was that. But I was trying to explain to her. I was like, man, shoot, it's weird for like people at least our age. I feel we're so desensitized to so much stuff just because of the content that we constantly watch. Not only on social media, but like with just different shows and movies and stuff. I ain't gonna lie though, I do not rock with spit. Like I've never liked spit since I was a kid. And there's like that is another thing in there. This ain't no real big spoiler, but like they be like kind of spitting. There's a couple scenes where like somebody like spits in somebody else's mouth, and yeah, that part that made me cringe a little bit, man. Speaking of, y'all ever like? Okay, I don't know if that's too TMI. Y'all like y'all be fucking with spit, bro. I feel like that shit's disgusting.
I mean, it's low key, like it's not my thing at all. I mean, I'm kind of with you. Like I don't even like when people like I'm sitting around with somebody and they like chewing tobacco or something like that, and they start spitting. Like, so even that right there bothers me.
Yeah,
I do kind of feel like in situations like that, though, once you're in the moment, I feel like certain things happen where, you normally wouldn't be cool with this, but you had them days or the moments when it's like, it is what it is right now. Like, especially if they ask you to, you gonna kind of mess up the vibe being like, nah, I'm not doing that. So I'm gonna say, no, I'm not with that. But if requested, it is what it is. Like, I'm not gonna be like, no, I can't do that right now. It's just,
I ain't gonna hold you. I would kill the whole vibe. The vibe would be dead.
Crazy.
I would be like, no.
Well,
like,
you
I ain't gonna
doing it
lie,
to them,
man. I had this,
or them doing it to you?
Either way. Either way. I had a girl. I ain't gonna hold you. I had a girl do that shit to me one time, bro, and it was so crazy because it's like we linking and stuff, and things are going on, and then like it's like I looked at her right before she did it, and in my mind I was like, she's not finna do that. There's no way, like I was just like, nah, and then yeah, she went for it and like tried to spit in my mouth. I said, hold on, stop. And like, I was like, don't ever do that. Yeah, it killed my whole shit, bro. I ain't gonna hold you. Like, yeah, spit is not for me at all. But yeah, I guess Rashad, what do you have to say?
In terms of like regular life, like spit, like it used to be a time where I used to spit every morning at the bus stop because like I would just like, use mouthwash or whatever. So like I spit every single morning and they always be like, ew. And it would just be like either leftover toothpaste or like mouthwash in there, bro. So I just spit it out. And then in college, like I always had like you know, y'all was around at this time, so I had like a constant sinus infection from like 2012 to like 2014. It was like a constant sinus infection. It might have probably just been like me just consuming dairy, but so with that constant sinus infection, it was like a lot of, you know what I'm saying? And with that, like sometimes to like kind of just relieve myself, I would just spit. So I had a cup where I just spit in the cup in my dorm, and people just thought it was the nastiest thing ever. And it I guess it pretty much was. So there's that. I mean, I will wash out the cup, of course, like often, probably like once a day. But like, yeah, I'd be spitting in it, bro. And then and it'll just be like mucus and stuff. And then in terms of like the other type of spit, I did it before because it was something, I'm not even gonna lie to you. It was social media that was saying like, oh, when da 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 da, and it was like greater than greater than. So I was like, I'm gonna try that one time. And one time things was going, you know what I'm saying? Things were pretty aggressive. They were going pretty aggressive. So I said, all right, here's the moment. I did it. And the person was just like, and then we just kept going. And they were like, what you did, I never had that happen before. It was just like so primal. Like I was so shocked, but I enjoyed it because it threw me off guard. So they liked it. And then like I told another person, they was like, yeah, don't do that. So it was kind of like a one-time thing where I did it, you know, but I did it though. And the person enjoyed it because it was a nice surprise. I guess it's different from the norm.
You got to be careful in situations like that because it's always when you try something without obviously you always supposed to like ask ahead of time, but sometimes there are those moments when it's like, you know what I mean, it is what it is in the moment or whatever. You got to be careful though because I feel like when you do try something new in that moment, it's always like a 50-50. Either it's gonna go absolutely great, like, oh wow, that was unexpected, or it's gonna go terrible where I gotta stop and be like, no, we're not doing this right now.
I mean, right. you got to know who you're dealing with. You got to know who you're dealing with. So it's like,
that's a fact.
So if the person that you're dealing with or whatever, if they're like just kind of really open minded, you know what I'm saying, on some stuff where you even like, nah, that's too crazy for me. If they're ever like that, I think you have a little more leeway to try something like impromptu. But if it's someone where you like, y'all conversations don't even go that way, venture that way, and y'all just y'all's vibing one time, you know, together, whatever, and one thing led to another, you got to play that super conservative. So because you don't even know, you know what I'm saying, who they are, you know what I'm saying? Like you don't even know where they are in that aspect of their lives. So like I said, I think it really just goes with knowing your personnel for real. Like you can't put James Wiseman out there and be like, shoot this 3.
Yeah, it's different strokes for different folks. You ever heard the this story always stick with me. You ever heard the you know Roxy Reynolds is, right?
Yeah, it was funny because when you said that name, the first person I thought of was Roxy Diaz. And I was like, yeah, from 106 in Park. And I was like, no, that's not her name.
Oh, no, different.
And
then
I was
Roxy.
like, oh, yeah, I know who that is, or I know the name.
Yeah, no, but she told a story one time. She was on set and they were doing a thing, and the male, I'm gonna try to phrase this correctly. The male went into the wrong area. And was told not to. This person was told not to do this, but they did it. It might have been on accident, but either way, you know, when y'all doing your thing, and that's not supposed to happen. That could be something that's kind of like a little traumatizing or whatever. So she was angry about it. So at the end of the scene or whatever, there was I'm gonna say there was water in her mouth, but not water. And you get what I'm saying? That at the end of the scene, there was something. You follow along with what I'm saying. You got to word your words carefully on YouTube or whatever. There was a substance, you know what I mean, in her mouth or whatever at the end of the scene. And to get back at the guy who had did that, who had violated her in her eyes.
Bit it in his face?
Yes. And the way the story goes, the dude swung on her, like tried to like take her head off. Security had to get the guy up out of there. Yeah.
Have y'all seen this dude, the Goon Center dude?
Goon Center? Is that the dude that be on TikTok?
Yeah,
like,
Goon Take.
Dog, he'll pop up on my TikTok feed every now and then, and it's just I scroll past every time because it's like, man, I'm not this. Even at my worst, I'm not this gooned out.
But he's doing a daily video, bro. How do you do a daily video, dog?
What is he posting?
Hold on. All right. I'm gonna show you one of his videos, bro.
It gives us fans something to unite about, even though I hate to admit it.
First of all, this is 2 minutes and 19 seconds.
And this is his whole TikTok account.
Needs villains to keep things interesting. It gives us fans something to unite about, even though it's through shared hate. And right now, the league is just too friendly. I said it before, and I'll say it again. I hate these BBL bandits. Mariah Mills, Zamina Orr, Miss Seti. They're stealing money from teams and the fans, and my beef with Zamina Orr is personal. I fell into the same traps as everyone else when I was a fan. Hype up a comeback in the press conference. She says, oh, I'm healthy. I'm locked in. I'm ready to play. I take it, you show up, and you get hoodwinked again. He dodges the game like Zamina Orr. The fans show up to see greatness, then she shows up in a hoodie and an ice pack. Already got the bag. You can't give us one elite level performance? How do you sleep at night? Now let's talk about Lana Rhoades. She had one of the most dominant runs we've ever seen. Top tier performances, massive fan base, but she walked away at her peak. But here's the thing. We didn't even realize she was a villain until she left.
I mean him having the big glasses.
The league was fair. Even I.
That's a bad sign.
I criticize the league. It's not perfect. Lana Rhoades built her whole legacy in the league. Then she dipped, flipped the script, and started throwing shade on podcasts. She called out old co-stars, producers, and even the fans that rode for her. You can't burn the house down after you leave and still expect flowers. She is obviously the Kyrie Irving of the league, all-world talent, but unpredictable off the court. And now, don't get me started on Gucci third leg, or should I call him clearance rack micro raw. He is one of the dirtiest players I have ever seen. He has injured more players than we can even count, and he says, oh, it's part of the game. Just like a true villain, no accountability, no type of remorse for what he's done. If I ever see that man in real life, I promise you, I will crash out. I will throw hands for what he did to Jim Jules. How do you have no remorse? She was in MVP form. Okay, it's time to calm down. The league used to have real rivals, real beef, real villain, and now it's just brand deals and fake friendships.
For the listeners, this is not us speaking.
Hate. Because without the villains, the league isn't the same.
He does that every day.
That's his whole TikTok, and the videos be coming across my feed. Like I said, I'll make it like 10 seconds in, and I'm like, dog. Listen, I've enjoyed and still do enjoy my share of I'm gonna say internet usage, let's put it like that. But I'm not sitting in the crib doing like Stephen A. Smith style analyzations of, you know, my favorite actresses.
I didn't even know half of those names.
I know some of them. I ain't gonna cap. Not all of them.
No. I knew some of them, but what he said, the Zorana, the first one, the Zorana Lay or whatever. I've never heard of her.
Yeah, I don't know her.
Go ahead.
Not to get sidetracked. There's so many. The same way I feel like during the pandemic, like everybody, every guy dropped at least a song, or you hopped in a booth and did like a mixtape or something. I feel like there's so many like retired OF accounts from that pandemic era. Like so many, if you go back through the old, you scroll through certain girls' media, you'll get back to like 2020, 2021. You'll see like the advertisement for it.
I think it's a lot of girls with like on Twitter where they'll have a couple thousand followers and they'll only be following a couple hundred. You're like, dang, why do they have so many followers? They look like a normal girl. And like you said, you scroll far back enough and in their previous life,
Right.
that's how they build their following.
Yeah, no, it's just that was a crazy time. But yeah, this dude he's freaked out. He's a nasty individual.
But I bet he's definitely gonna get some of these girls.
Yeah, I had to. Yeah, I had to go ahead and switch out the glasses, man. I mean, I can't be associated with that.
I didn't even notice, bro. That is crazy that he got the because he don't see like it's crazy because when you be wearing the glasses, they be looking like, you know what I mean, kind of intelligent. I think it's based off what you saying and what you're doing, because when he wears them, they just look creepy now. Like they don't even look like they don't look astute. Right. They just look nasty on him.
I don't think you guys are ready for this conversation. A lot of players came into the league with crazy hype and never lived up to it. They had one good playoff run and then disappeared. Here's my list of who was clearly overrated by the masses and the media. Number 1 is obvious. Mia Khalifa. She was only in the league for 3 months. When she went up against Charlie Mack and Rico Strong, she exposed herself and showed that she did not.
She had an impact, though. We don't sit up here and act like she wasn't. She was. It might have been a short time.
Okay. All right. We not gonna go into a full goon take debate,
right?
However, of what you saying, bro, we have like bro said, we got to keep it a beam, bro. The reason why Mia even popped was because she did a controversial scene with the whole hijab. That went viral because she was receiving, unalive threats for that scene. That's literally, I feel like, Mia's legacy. And then she kind of stayed like famous because people thought she was attractive. And that was kind of it. That was pretty much it. Mo, what you got to say? What you got to say about Mia? Oh, now he doing the bad Wi-Fi thing. I feel it.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. You back. Go ahead.
I mean, I agree. I mean, definitely. Yeah, I mean, Mia had a, like you said, like, it was a very short-lived run. It was mainly because of the controversy, but I'll say, she was but she, she was very attractive. And I think because of her boobs, that's what really kept her popping too. She, I will say she had grade A.
I don't know what the end of this video says, but this is my argument of Mia Khalifa being overrated. She ain't no Violet Myers. Mia Khalifa get the attention that I feel like, well, Violet Myers is pretty famous. I'm not gonna lie, because she crossed over and she just do the YouTube and she do the TikTok and the Twitch. She do the whole content creation thing with, what I'm saying, with the Pooties and everybody like that. So shout out to Violet for sure. But it's like, I feel like Mia gets a lot of the hype for like being the face of that industry, but she ain't put in the work, and she don't, I feel like, have the talent that Violet has. So
hey, she ain't got the butt that Violet has.
You know what I mean? But Violet got that BBL. She say that on her YouTube when she do the mukbangs. She be like, "What's your one regret? Getting the BBL?" Because I was in the gym and it was getting bigger naturally. I don't know. I got it when I was young and insecure, and but yeah. Shout out to Violet. Violet is definitely one of them ones. And I'm saying this as someone who has been removed from the world, just in case you wonder, everything like that, removed from that side of the internet and things of that sort. However, Violet still be everywhere because she's like a mainstream celebrity now. So yeah, but salute.
Yeah, I'm still 1 foot in the game right now.
I got Violet in 5, bro. Over no, I got Violet in 5 over Mia, bro.
I got Violet in the sweep, but she I remember when me, Brad, this is how you know I need to get my life together, man, because I could tell you by like different eras who the popping, because I know what's her name around that same time was popping. You remember Skin Diamond? I remember she was like, I remember those was like the two.
That's a deep.
I've heard of her. I've never seen it.
Yeah, I feel like those were like the two. It's almost like when you got like certain rappers that's popping at the same time. I feel like those was like the two popping stars around that time. She didn't even have the Mia didn't even have the. That used to be like the running joke. Like she didn't even have the best performance in that scene. It was the other lady.
Do you know her name?
I don't even know her
exactly.
name. But it's because Mia knew she monetized it. But yeah, exactly. But it's because of the, like you said, because of the hijab. Is it pronounced hijab?
I don't want to disrespect them, but
yeah, I don't want to disrespect them either. But it's because of what she was wearing that it went viral at the time.
And I think Mia just looks better, bro. Like I'm not gonna lie, like Mia is an attractive young woman. You know what I'm saying? But like
this was such an unplanned segment. I did not know we was gonna talk about.
Well, it only started because I heard the beginning of it, the passion where he was talking about Mia being overrated, and you said, "Well, let's not act like Mia ain't have impact." And I'm like, okay, here we go. So, like you said, this became an entire segment, but.
Oh, she did though in a short amount of time. She was popping. I ain't saying it was for the right reasons.
Yeah, pop in terms of like fame. I think people still think about her when they think about the industry on a main level. It's probably like her and Trump, right? Because Tiana be with Kai Cenat and like the biggest content creators in the world, you know. So it's like I feel like when people think of the industry, they probably think of those two first in 2025. And I don't think either one of them are active.
Possibly.
I don't know anybody who's bigger right now.
Tiana's still active. She just all of them be having like I just think them days of all of them be having their own like separate like private accounts and stuff like that, like on different websites or whatever. So they might not be going like to the set and doing, you know what I mean, the full movies or whatever, but they got their own, you know what I mean, their own personal stuff that they be doing. This is such a hilarious combo that we have right now.
So to transition this conversation, what's some of y'all favorite Toxic songs?
Yeah.
Favorite Toxic song? Wow, man. You almost got to break it down in like different categories, like all that 90s rap in general is like, even a lot of the songs in the 90s that was meant to be like positive and uplifting, like you listen to them now and they got like a certain like That Thing by Lauryn Hill. Like if you listen to that song, it's supposed to be like a positive, uplifting message. Even in that song, she's kind of like shaming women that, you know what I mean, for using their bodies how they want to. Like it was a different era. But I would say my favorite Toxic song of all time, it would have to be something Future related. Probably, man. I gotta think about that one, bro. Because even Future got like, if y'all got one, I'm gonna let y'all go ahead and say y'all. I'm trying to think of it right now.
I can give some of my favorite Toxic lines and verses, like from recent years, the that I thought were just funny, like on Music. I think the song is Rather Lie with The Weeknd, where he says, "A girl, don't say you want to die for me, just die." I'm like, that's pretty extreme. but it's funny. That's also and then the Future verse on that Boston Richie song where he does the ABCs. He says, I'm playing from the A and I still and he said, if I ain't have love for J, I would be smashing on B and I still smash on C. Like that jam was just funny because he keeps mentioning Sierra in these raps and she's just like so fed up with them. It's the funniest thing to me. Well, it's not funny, you know what I'm saying? For like Sierra's sake, it is like kind of low-key harassment. But it is kind of like for a pure entertainment standpoint, it's kind of funny that she doesn't acknowledge him and doesn't say his name. And then like he's just constantly being like, I could still get my girl back. If y'all wonder who my girl was, yeah, I'm talking about Sierra. Like he's been doing that for the last since 2015. So it's 10 years. For the past decade, he's been doing that.
True. I'll say so. My top three. Number one, Savage Anthem by Party Next Door. That is, in my opinion, by far the most toxic song I've ever heard. It's essentially a diss track to Kehlani. And yeah, like, if you can, Rashad, go ahead and pull up the lyrics for that song. Savage Anthem by Party Next Door. Number two, in my opinion, would be Throwaway by Future. It's toxic but real. Cause going for that nigga, get it over with. And then and then last one is a sleeper one that I don't think people really think about it being toxic. Don't Matter by Akon. Cause it's like nobody want to see us together, but it don't matter though. It's like, why does nobody want to see y'all together? Clearly something wrong here, It's like you gotta really think about it.
Supposed to be hating for sure.
But it's like nobody but this is where a good point of why, it's like if nobody want to see y'all together, there's a reason. But so you see, this is why this is my favorite toxic song. Well, the most toxic song I know, because it's like, don't hold your breath, don't wait on my love, don't hold your breath. This is, I don't know if y'all remember, Kehlani had that suicide kind of scare where she I guess attempted it and whatnot. So, Party comes back and says hey, don't hold your breath. Don't do all that. But, don't wait on my text. Don't wait on none of that. But scroll down to the, a little bit lower, bro. Because the part that really gets me is when he talks about how he went to the strip club. And, go down. So you see he's talking about, this is when she was dating Kyrie. Where it was like, I heard your man number 2 now. But yeah. So, yeah.
That was a wild
Wash
time.
my
That
dick
shit's
off
crazy.
before I get home. Yeah, I'm the opposite of hero. The way that I did you was illegal. Your girl was right. Yes, she called it. You should believe in your people. Talked to you, then went to the strip club. VIP, got my suck. Came back to kiss you. That led to us hitting on the tour bus. You packed up, went back to Oakland. Finally, it's back in the open. And it's just like, dang. Especially for somebody that people know, it's just straight up out there yeah, I did you dirty. You really, and your homegirl was right. I wasn't nothing from the beginning. She told you, but you didn't want to believe in her. So now look at what happened to you.
You know how many people have songs about Kehlani and Kehlani being their ex? It's kind of amusing.
Who all got songs about Kehlani being ex?
Amine as well. I'm sure a woman artist has a song about Kehlani being their ex, but Amine got about 2 songs about Kehlani being his ex. Where he's Dr. Whoever, where he says, I kept it on the low because we was in love, and the shade I had in my room was already enough. And then he had another song where he was like name dropping a bunch of women. The song is Riri, and like he says,
Mhm.
"Shout out to Lonnie, the mama's a mommy." He was like congratulating her on having a baby, and then he talked about her cat after that, and he moved on with naming other women throughout the song. And the music video's got Taylor Ricks in it. It's like a bunch of women, and Taylor Ricks is one woman. And so
I think
Yeah.
I think Drake might be the thing, especially I wouldn't say recent Drake because I would say Drake within the last few years is kind of, and this is my only issue with the whole like toxic R&B type of thing. I would say a lot of it feels kind of manufactured. You know what I mean? A lot of it feels like people trying to live out like they best like future fantasy or whatever, best future cosplay. But I would say early Drake had a lot of songs that were unintentionally toxic. Like if you go back and listen to it, like especially like Hotline Bling is actually, if you really listen to what he's saying, like that's not like a real uplifting song. Like that's really him being in the crib, like checking Instagram, looking at a girl that he used to be messing around with, watching her move on with her life. What other like on Lord Knows, when he's like he found a way to make it fly, but when he's talking about going through the girl's phone when he's at the table, like that's a lot of early Drake
Right.
is toxic in his own type of way.
is it Stacy? Is it Casey? Is it Keisha? Is it Becky?
That's low key. I mean, I don't think it's gonna be the song of summer, but that's the first contender so far. Even though it came out in February.
I feel like it sounds like a summer song.
It does.
Cause I don't know if that Lululemon, I'm talking in it. I don't know if that song and the I'm So ATL one, I don't know if that's gonna like hold over for the summer. Maybe though, because women kind of run it. It's like whatever woman chooses is gonna be the song of the summer. And those are both like women like city girl like anthems.
No, what's her name? The girl, Bunna B, the one that made the what's the song? The Pastor Reposado, and she knocking my way, and he is not. That song is that might end up being. It's starting to pick up some steam.
Oh, you putting me on.
No, I know you heard that. Yeah, we about to have fun. You know something. That song right there. Am I true? You ain't
Pick it up yet. I ain't pick it up yet.
No, I've been seeing all the girls on my TikTok feed.
She was a fairy. Yeah.
That song is
She was
that
a
song
fairy.
picking up steam too. What up, fatty? Oh my daddy. I ain't heard the full song.
I don't know
that
none of
part.
these.
You don't know none of them songs? Those is like TikTok music, bro.
See this, you know what's crazy?
Yeah, I don't be on TikTok.
I don't be on TikTok either.
I went like
You be on
5
Twitter
years.
though.
My bad, bro.
For sure.
No, I was gonna say I think TikTok been around since like 2019. I went like the first 5 years of TikTok without using it, and I just randomly downloaded it a couple months ago. I'm a fiend, bro. Like I'm a TikTok addict, man. I didn't plan on it being like this. I had never used it like that before. They got me wrapped in, dog. The algorithm got me.
That man said he a TikTok connoisseur.
Literally.
She was a fairy. Yeah. She was a fairy with a fatty on my daddy. He want to grab it.
He wants to. I'm surprised you ain't heard that, man. Because that's been. But do you be on IG, Mo?
Yeah, I'll be on IG, but I follow a lot of like sports and cooking.
Oh, okay. I got you.
Yeah, but it's in the sports because it's like, me, I'm on like a lot of the women's basketball side. So a lot of the women's basketball players be dancing to making these TikToks. That's how I see a lot of them, to be honest. It's from the women's basketball players.
Yeah, so mine's just like my algorithm on Instagram is like more like the broader scope of the sense of like just I'll follow ESPNW, and so they finna just show me like hooping, like
Yeah,
or like little stuff like that. I don't actually see like the actual like pages and stuff.
yeah. Angel Reese and Flage are like they kind of got some static between them, and it's been like that for the last couple of years. It's pretty weird. I always thought it was kind of weird.
Didn't they play together?
Exactly.
Why they got static?
It was. I honestly don't know why. Like people have made up their own conspiracies about it, and since like what I'm saying, Fo is kind of family and stuff like that, I won't what I'm saying speculate on like what possibly led up to it. But what is just going on from the outside looking in, there's obviously something there because Angel she played back at LSU with Chicago with the Chicago Sky for a preseason game on Friday, and Flage didn't show up. Now she was on tour with Bossman D'Lo, so I don't know if she was still on tour with him at the moment. But this past weekend, she's been in New York for Met Gala. Angel Reese is on the panel, like the committee for Met Gala this year, the host committee, and it was like nothing. Flage, I don't even know if she got on the main carpet. She was just kind of at like Met Gala events around the Met Gala. And it's kind of weird. It's like your former teammate, your former like kind of running mate is right there in New York and stuff. Like you couldn't get her in as a host committee member. I don't know. I think it's still some kind of little friction there. I hope they figure it out though, because they were kind of like Shaq and Kobe of women's basketball for real. In terms of like, I don't know, just a dynamic duo for real.
True.
No, we need the besties to be on good terms.
Yeah, they it's gonna well, it's always a little spice and stuff like that in women's basketball. Like it can't even be just kind of limited to the game over there because like the off the court stuff like sprinkles into the game. Like if a player fouls someone hard, you like, why did they do that? If you knew the backstory, they've been beefing the whole time off the court. You like, oh, I get it. So it's like it's really kind of almost like a soap opera for real. But so is the NBA. I think the NBA's off the court time is just broadcasted more. Because Hannah Hidalgo, like the two girls from Notre Dame, Hannah Hidalgo and Olivia Miles. Olivia Miles transferred to TCU, and so she went to a game, and she was walking past Hannah. She like was ignoring her, not making eye contact with her, and Hannah called her name, and then she dapped her up from. It was man, boy, it's some drama, boy. I'll tell you on that side, bro. I love it. I ain't gonna lie, I love it. But adds to the game.
I gotta tap more to the women's basketball beef.
Man, it's on my channel, bro. Just tune into the channel every now and again. I got the stuff on the channel.
All right, bet.
But hold on, here it is right here.
So I saw this video.
Yeah, that's what was going on. These are the top two players on the team. It's like, to give you the background, she's older than her, right?
I didn't know that was a woman. I thought that was.
Oh, okay. No, it's a woman. So her freshman year, she like broke like a ACC record for triple doubles in a year from a freshman and stuff like that. She ran the team. Then she tore her ACL her sophomore year, so she sat out. Then this girl came in, Hannah Hidalgo. Her freshman year, she set all the ACC triple double records and stuff like that. So this past season, she came back from injury, and everybody was like, "Oh snap! The dynamic duo, they're gonna take over." And that's what they did. Like they took turns dominating. But after the season, we thinking she going to the league. She passed up going to the league. She goes in the transfer portal. She leaves. Apparently, on her page, she reposted a TikTok that said, "I hate people that preach the Bible but aren't even nice people." That's like the bare minimum. This girl before the season, she reposted Candace Owens talking about gay marriage. Obviously, like you said, you thought that this wasn't even a girl at first, so she's gay. So it's like people thought when she reposted that TikTok, it was shots at her. So apparently, what she pressed her about when she walked up to her, she said, we good, and she said, why was you talking ish? And she said, I was talking ish. Ha, that's crazy. And then she said, nah, it was she said, I don't know where you got that from, but it wasn't me. And she said, well, if it wasn't you, it's the people around you talking. And that's what she's saying. So now she walking up to her and she pressing her for real. And yeah. So this is all going on in women's basketball. But this all started with us telling Mo that that's where we find the TikTok songs. But yeah.
Oh no, it really, yeah. No, I feel like the women I follow or the women that come across my TikTok screen be having me. There's no reason for you to be me knowing all these girl songs that I be knowing right now.
I mean, but the Atlanta ones, I feel like is what's running Atlanta right now. You know what I mean?
That's why I'm shocked you ain't heard that. It's called Bunna Summer. I'm kind of surprised you ain't heard that because that was one of the ones that was going viral.
What is it called? Bunna Summer?
Bunna, Bunna.
Bunna.
She's Baby Kia's girlfriend.
Oh wow. Dog, this got 1 million views in 2 weeks.
That's what I'm saying. It was going viral on TikTok. Like, yeah.
Her name Bunna B.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna play like 5 seconds of it just to see like what's going.
It sounds like some like old Atlanta type stuff. Fair use for YouTube, you know.
Yeah, you only get 5 seconds. But the kids, they're doing like a lot of the like old Atlanta stuff. I don't know if it's like nostalgia baiting. I don't know if it's, you know how people say like everything comes back into style again. But I was talking about this like last night, how the hold up is a dance now. Did you know that, Maurice? Like the hold up is now like a popular dance now again.
Yeah, I see. Yeah, I be seeing that.
It's I didn't even know the kids were like old enough to even know that. I don't know if it's, what do y'all think? Do y'all think it's and tell me if I'm reaching. Do you think it's Playboy Cardi sampling Rich Kids and bringing back Rich Kids to the forefront, that these kids are like doing the boom boom clap and the hold up now?
Nah, like they started getting when Ain't I don't know what made Ain't go viral.
So
but
okay,
that's what
so young LA, he was doing an interview, a radio interview, and he was drugged out, and I don't know why he was even doing the interview. I know him and Buddy Alley Boy, they've been in the press because, you know, they squashed their beef and reunited and went on tour. So when they did that, they went on the media tour. Then him and Ali Boy split again. They had problems again. So after that, I guess, you know, both of their names were just kind of in the press and in the media and stuff like that. So Young LA was still doing interviews. Ali Boy was still doing interviews. And one of Young LA's interviews, he drugged out. And he got about $8 in his pocket. And so he does the non BJ money sir with $8. And people were just kind of like, what is going on? But like they made fun of it and they recreated it so much. That's how Ain't I caught back on.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, yeah, like from what I've seen, yeah, everybody just kind of started with that song. They really started doing the dance and stuff again, and then just kind of bringing that back up. So yeah, that's where I've seen it from.
I've been seeing people from like I had a girl from Chicago pop up on my feed doing it to the song too. Like I've been people outside of Atlanta doing it. But you got like if you let's say you were like a 21-year-old right now, so that means that you was born in 2004, 2005, or like 2003, 2004 around that time. So you was like early 2010s, late 2000s. That's your like the same way I look back at like early 2000s. I feel nostalgic about that. they probably look back in like 09, 2010, 2011. That's when they first really get into rap music. So that era now is that's their throwback time, you know?
When was the hold up?
Facts.
Like, so I think the song came out like 2012. But I feel like the dance was a dance maybe before that, around that time.
No, I think A9 came out probably about like 2010, 2011.
Yeah, A9 was like 08, but I think the dance, the whole up, I don't think that became a thing till maybe a couple years later. I could be wrong, but I feel like I don't even think we was doing that dance to A9 when it came out.
Yeah, we wasn't.
What dance were we doing to Anna?
I don't think it had its own, like, you gotta like 08, that
didn't.
was still the era when we had like 57 dance songs coming out of Atlanta like all the time. Like you had the whole era, like the snap and pop stuff, but then you had all the crank dats and whoop Rico, and it was just so many different dances around that time.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's another one that started going viral too. I feel like Nene, that was the last of like the dance era of Atlanta. I feel like after that, actually, I'm gonna say Hit Them Folks. That was probably
Yeah, I was about to say because you had Yeet after Nene and then Hit Them Folks.
that's probably the last. 'Cause I can't tell you a dance song that's come out in the last, as far as out of Atlanta, in the last 7 years. I can't tell you one. Atlanta dudes really don't dance no more.
What was the Well, out this party and the girls looking at me skinny. I know he not from Atlanta, but I think that was that was after Hit Them Folks.
But did that really
Hit Them Folks?
did that really catch on like that? Like Hit Them Folks, Nene, like that was like the last era where I remember people really. You would be at parties and see people doing that.
Yeah.
I don't really feel like they got like the type of dance moves no more.
It's the hip stuff now, bro. It's the Lil Uzi joint. But that's not out of Atlanta. That's Philly.
Man, we gotta take Philly dances. That's crazy.
Yeah, but that's the last one they called it. No. I'm thinking now. Get Sturdy. So the whole Pop Smoke era, and then the like I said, the Lil Uzi joint, the little pop, 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 pop. Like that was the thing, bro.
That's crazy.
Unless Mo can think of anything else.
Nah, those were the last two that I remember. That were really where you'll see people actually in the club dancing and doing those moves, you know.
We gotta make our own dance, the 1 a.m. dance.
We had our own dance. We had the regime bop back in the day. If you know, you know.
It was crazy. I was with y'all and I didn't even, I think I remember. Okay. I think I remember being there when Mo invented that. I might have been there.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Caribou
back
kind
in
of
the
had
day.
like a little. Oh, go ahead, Mo. Go ahead, Mo. My bad.
No, I was just saying, the little throwback. But yeah, what are you saying?
I say like Caribou kind of had like her own thing, kind of catch on for a little bit that a lot of people do, like the motorcycle thing. Like Kara, she started doing this, and like I feel like everybody does that now. Sexy Red, remember Sexy Red came out with a song and she called it a dance, but it was literally just copying like an old Soulja Boy dance, and that's why the song went viral.
Mhm.
I don't remember what it was, but I was like, isn't this just a Soulja Boy dance?
That would get it sexy.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. She literally just did this. So yeah. I saw that. It literally was just a Soldier Boy dance. Like, I think she had that Soldier Boy in the video when the song came out.
Yeah, I went on Fabo's Facebook page today because he posted a picture of him and a younger guy, and they were in like a Tigers football hoodie, but I couldn't tell if it was LSU, so that's why I went on his page to see if I could get more details. And so I'm on the page, and like from a month ago, he's with Sexy Red, and he's like, "Thank you at Sexy Red." 314_. Her entire aesthetic and career is like just 2000s rap. I didn't realize how much of her entire career is literally just that.
Hoochie coochie. Yeah, that song we stuck about, bro. I can't tell you not a single line in that song, but that part right there, it works though.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't know. I guess I never really thought about it like that. I mean, I think like her aesthetic definitely very 2000s, and I think like the way that, especially with like the mixing of her songs, it's like very unrefined, which I think gives it like a rawness to it, you know. So I think that's one thing. I guess you can kind of, it gives that nostalgic feel in a sense. But yeah, but I guess like her music though overall don't hasn't necessarily felt like 2000s other than that "Get It Sexy" song.
No, I don't think Pound Town. I think Pound Town sounds like a new song. Like, but
Mhm.
the Shake Your Dread, Shake Your Dread, Shake Your, like, that sounds like 2005. The Get It Sexy. Bae, I Love You. That might, but not really. Not really. I like that song though. And I
Yeah,
felt like that song didn't get like the love it deserved. Maybe because it was coming fresh off the beef and Drake was on the song. But I like that song, bro.
She low key. I mean, there was a lot of people when Pound Town came out that was calling her a one hit wonder.
Oh
And
yeah, she
it's been
proved it
like
early
3 years
on.
now.
But I
yeah,
thought where I was wrong with her was I thought she replaced Glorilla as like the lone kind of ratchet, black woman that they were going to push. But Glorilla came back, boy. She came back swinging. Ain't missed since. Um, but what was that song? What was that song? The I'm looking for the. That song sound like just like the song she sampled, which was from the 2000s. So I mean, I don't know. I feel like it's more songs than that, and her aesthetic.
yeah.
It makes sense though, because if you go back and listen to a lot of '90s rap, they were sampling songs that came out in the '70s, early '80s. A lot of the times from now, I feel like it's always going to happen. Like 10 years from now, you're going to have people. Um, I remember I tweeted this maybe like a couple years ago, but like when you fast forward to like 2029, 2030, 2031, you're going to start seeing people dress like it's 2010, 2011, 2012 again, just because
They're already doing that in London and the UK undergrounds. You seen them? Where they
now,
rap over the jerk beats. They rap over the jerk beats. They like have like little what you call them? What did Obama have? Blackberries. They have the
oh,
little
for real,
Blackberries, the little PSPs and stuff.
that's crazy.
And they be dressing like they like about to make a jerk video, bro. Pause. And yeah, that's what they do over there already in London. I'll pull up Jim Legacy right now, father.
Bro, I remember, not to get sidetracked, but I remember being in middle school. I think the PSPs came out '05. We started middle school '06. So it was like a new thing at the time. And the iPhone wasn't out yet. So I remember being in middle school on a bus and this kid, he had downloaded some filth to his PSP. He showed me the filth on the PSP on the bus, bro. That was like, I felt like I was on the Jetsons at that moment. Like, bro, I had never. That was the most futuristic thing I had ever seen. We could watch
He
something like
said the
that.
most futuristic.
Because you got to remember the iPhone wasn't out yet, so like the
No,
concept of being able to do that was like, yo, this is crazy right now.
no, 100%. I remember like when the video now was out, and I was like, "Yo, I could watch TV in the palm of my hand."
That was crazy.
I just knew I was like so advanced, bro. I was like, I'm so, and then you could do it on the Game Boy Advance. But look at this, bro. This is crazy. You saw the beginning of the video with the so he's got the wired headphones, and then look at the phone.
That's crazy,
Mm-hmm.
bro. We I'm not trying to make it sound older than what we are, but like I remember. Do you remember when we was in high school and they had to start? They had to make an announcement to let us know, like, okay, y'all can have your cell phones out in the hallways now. It's like our first couple years of high school, it
Yeah.
was still taboo. It was still taboo for kids to have their phones out. After a certain point, it was like, all right, like we can't control y'all from having your phones out in the hallway. They used to tell us to take our headphones out, like when we would be walking through the hall. Like that feels like forever ago now.
Yeah, no, I was actually talking about that with somebody like a month or so ago. How like it was like sophomore year, and they made the switch of like y'all can start walking through the hallways with your phones, because before then like you might get your phone taken,
Mhm.
but
Dr. Taylor snatched that phone out.
right. But shoot, now I'm like I know these kids be all throughout the hallways. I mean, I'm sure it's still you can't use it in the class, but yeah, the hallway they for sure on that headphones, all that stuff. And then shoot, now these days, probably be having the wireless headphones, hoodie up, sitting there listening to something completely different,
They be making TikToks with their teachers.
Facts.
That's what I was thinking. I was thinking about the y'all remember the Poplar kids, bro, would go to the rotunda and like it felt like sometimes they just had more time than us. Or like more time than like the general student body. They would go to the rotunda, sit up like on the trash can or in the window in the rotunda, and then they would just be like, they would freestyle. They have a whole conversation. They have like a whole little party. They'll sing a song. I'm just like, how did you make it to class? And they didn't make it to class on time. That's how they did it. But it was just like,
exactly.
you only get 5 minutes. And it just felt like they just had like 15, 30 minutes to just do whatever in between classes in the rotunda.
Yeah, no, my nerdy ass. Unless I had a girlfriend at the time, I was going straight to class for the most part.
I for sure was pushing through the crowd and going straight to class.
I ain't gonna hold you. I was a later. Like I would not be. I would probably go. I don't know. Cause I would end up doing something in the hallway. I ain't gonna say I was always on the rotunda or nothing, but yeah, I would be kind of doing different things because I will always end up late to class. I'll get there like right when the bell rings or like right after that motherfucker. Or yeah, but that's why I never used my locker though. Like all 4 years of high school, I was like, bro, that's too much time. I'm not gonna go all the way to like E-Hall, all the way just to go put something in and out of a locker. So
I never used
I
mine
feel
either.
like it didn't really have no time.
I never used my locker in high school. Like the movies, bro. I mean, the TV shows, when you go to the locker, have a whole conversation, then walk through the hallway, then have a whole exchange in the hallway, and then go to class is crazy.
Right.
I feel like in middle school it was like that.
Yeah, well, in middle school in Marietta, well, I mean, I was a magnet, so it's like we had all our classes on one hallway,
Oh,
so I
yeah,
had time to go to my locker room, or to my locker.
yeah. I have a vivid memory of after Chris Brown did what he did to Rihanna, of us being in the hallway in middle school, and this girl had a Chris Brown poster in her locker. I remember her like super dramatic ripping it out of her locker and being like, "Yo, I can't mess with Chris Brown no more." And I could see it on her face. It was really bothering her that she had to do that, which is hilarious now because we have grown women who can't let go of like R. Kelly, but this teenage girl was able to have some standards for herself.
And this was before cancel culture.
Years. This is when we was still. That was so long ago. This was the same year that Mac Main was rapping about Miley Cyrus on one of the
Bro,
biggest songs out.
I said this the other week. I think every rapper on every girl should probably at least face like 5 years minimum of jail.
It's one of the wildest rap songs ever created.
It's probably the horniest rap song I've ever heard in my life.
Sinalathing, Making good. Yo, you know what's crazy about that? Mac May wasn't really like Mac May would do like one verse per mixtape just because he'd be around Wayne, but his job was to work in the front office at Young Money. Like he wasn't even a rapper.
Bro, I
And
didn't even know that until like last week because he's with Young Money Sports now.
Mhm.
And you know, I'm over here. So they was like St. Augustine. They was like, hey, congratulations to St. Augustine alum, so and so, quote unquote, Mac Main, class of 2000, who closed deals for Young Money Sports. Way to go. And I was like, oh, that's good for Lil Wayne. He's like employing, you know, his Young Money artists. I did not know that he was never a Young Money. He was just a guy.
Yo, Mo, which line was wilder to you?
Yeah.
My bad. I didn't mean to cut you off, bro. My fault.
No, I would say I didn't know that either. What were you gonna say?
I'm saying which line was wilder to you? I exchanged V cards with the you know what, or in about 3 years, holla at me, Miley Cyrus.
I'll say the Miley Cyrus lines. Cyrus line. Yeah, because I mean, you know, Shorty could be autistic but thick. You feel me?
Whew. That's you know what? You're technically not lying. You're not lying. That is true. Man, now he was he was grown. He was. I'm just laughing because that was not only was that getting played on the radio, they never censored that. There was never like we cutting that verse out. Nobody batting an eye. We was just like, it is what it is, man. You know. That song came out.
It was just different back then, though, because it was a lot of lines about girls turning 18 and girls being 18, 19, 20. And like people was just like, oh, me growing up, I just thought it was the standard.
What Nelly say? She could be 18 with an attitude and 19 acting real rude. And that was another song that was huge.
Right.
This is an interesting discussion because I was thinking about that too. Like, when did it? I feel like we was in high school during the last era, and it is obviously looking back on it's not okay, but like during the last era when a teenager messing around with an adult was like, I'm not gonna say it was normal because it wasn't normal, but it was a thing that happened, and it wasn't like shocking or whatever. Like I remember having a girl that I was cool with in high school have an adult quote unquote boyfriend and just being like, oh, okay, well, I guess that's what it is.
It was almost like accepted, like I mean, celebrated back then. You know, it was like, you know how dudes used to be like, my girl foreign. Sometimes like they will also be like, my girl 18, my girl just turned 18.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess probably, you know, just the fact of like social media, you know, it all kind of boils back down to that a lot of times.
Even if you like, you know, the movie Belly.
Yeah.
Like one of the major plots of that movie is not major plot, but like one of the most known scenes from that movie is DMX having a DMX's character. Let me be specific, not DMX himself. DMX's character having a 16-year-old side piece at the time, and him having an adult girlfriend, and that's like one of the scenes is the 16-year-old calls the house, and you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think anybody at the time was exactly you in the pink or whatever. I don't think anybody at the time. I can't remember 1998, but I don't think nobody at the time was like outraged about it.
Right. Yeah, no, definitely a completely different time, you know, but yeah, I think now, you know, people just are more aware of just how that dynamic is so skewed, just for the simple fact of, well, actually, like And I wonder how old was DMX supposed to be in that movie? Just curious. Like, not saying it's still. Like, I'm just like, I'm curious. Like, what is the age gap in there? Because you said, like, you know, like, huh?
I was gonna say probably like early 20s.
Yeah, because that's why, like, you know, back then, you know, they definitely was, what's it called? Definitely, you know, as you said, knowing a girl. Yeah. Knowing a girl that was dating like a guy that was like 20, 21, you know, and she's still in high school and stuff. That was just definitely just seen as the norm, you know. It's just, but I think now it's just kind of like with there's a lot more things with things being so public and being publicized a lot more. Whereas you're kind of like, all right, that's a little crazy when you really think about it, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, certain stuff in the moment.
Yeah, so
probably, my bad, bro. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you good. I'm about to say DMX for 28 in real life during that movie, so I don't know. But that makes it way worse. 28-year-old is that's
Yeah, nah. They never say. I don't think they say his age in the movie, but yeah, no. It's just I don't know. I'm just trying to figure out when it probably. I feel like we had this conversation before. It probably happened around like the Me Too movement with certain stuff that was looked at as normal for a long time. I feel like after that it was like a grand conversation about like, all right, like is this cool? Is this really cool? You know what I'm saying? Because even R. Kelly was still, I would say up until like 2015, 2016, R. Kelly was, you could play R. Kelly at a cookout or whatever. Wasn't nobody tripping about that. You know what I'm saying? Like people were still, he was getting brought out at concerts, doing features. You know what I'm saying?
I do feel like it gets blown out of proportion a little bit now. Post Not Like Us. Like if you say, example, a WNBA rookie, she finished college. If you said something about her like as a grown man, like Rakia Jackson, people be like, don't y'all think it's a little predatory the way these grown men talk about Rakia Jackson or Angel Reese? I'm like, they graduated college. Like, what are we talking about here? Like, I get what they're saying on one end, but it's also like, at what point does it stop being creepy? You know? And I think people stretch it with that. I will say that. Because Mo and I, we were talking earlier before we started recording about the whole cultural vulture thing and how it's become a little more used now post beef, post Not Like Us. And he just thinks it's used a little more loosely now. I think the PDF file allegations are kind of pushed a little more over the top now. After that entire song and that entire back and forth.
I don't know if you remember that story. My bad, Brian. You trying to say something, bro?
No, I was just saying, yeah.
No, I was just saying, I don't know if you remember that story a few months ago when they you know they got the people that do the videos, the PDF busters or whatever. Like they'll set people up almost like To Catch a Predator style to trap them or whatever. But there was a story a couple months ago of like a 22-year-old dude was trying to meet up with an 18-year-old, which is legal, and they're both college age people. And when he tried to meet up with the girl, it was a setup, and people that was doing it put hands on him, all type of stuff. It's like, bro, even like when we was in college, wasn't nobody like a 22-year-old and 18, wasn't nobody like, oh no, we got to stop this. Like this can't happen. Like I do feel like it's going a little bit too far with the whole like age gap policing and certain things, you know.
Right. No, facts. I completely agree on that one.
Well, was there anything, Mo, that you wanted to say about the culture vulture thing? I guess while we're in the ballpark.
No, no. I mean, I think when I saw like the whole thing about them talking about Casanat, like, you know, being like underground culture vulture, blah blah blah, and I was just like, I don't know, like that wasn't, that personally isn't, I don't know, I don't see him like that. Maybe I don't be tapped in enough with him. But yeah, I just feel like, you know, I don't know. But as you continue to grow, I feel like people definitely, they just want to look for something to hate on. And I think he's now at that point where they're gonna just look for anything, you know? And it's just like, yeah, there's gonna be times where I guess he has a music stylist to keep him up to date on stuff, but it's like that's what any smart person would do. I think that's the other thing. It's like y'all don't want to demand to continue to progress. It's like, nah, you should be finding everything organically. It's like he ain't got time to do that. He making great content for y'all consistently. It's like he ain't got time to be sitting here like just listening to whatever all day, you know? But yeah, so I don't know if he a culture vulture, because I'm just like, what culture is he vulturing? Like
I think that the internet set him up for failure because they're the ones who labeled him like a gatekeeper in music. Kai didn't label himself a gatekeeper in music. He didn't label himself as I'm the music expert. He was just happened to listen to music on stream, dance to music on stream, and it's like he got so popular when he danced to the music, the song would blow up and the artist would blow up and stuff like that. Like he's one of the people that helped blow up the Money Long song Made for Me. But he ain't asked for that. They just kind of threw that on. So when they threw that on him, it was like when you find out the Joker ain't a music expert, they started getting mad at him, like you say.
I've been peeping the Casanat, the people starting to turn on them a little bit, because I be seeing on TikTok all them. If you got the music stylist thing popped up, they say he got an emotional stylist too, where he said they got somebody like they almost talk about like he got like somebody like an earpiece in his ear telling him how to react to certain stuff in certain situations. It's been going viral lately. But it's like most of it. It's like that's what happens when you start getting a certain level of popularity. Like even if you stay in the same person, you gonna have people who turn on you and start to root for your downfall when you reach a certain height.
Exactly.
Everybody's rooting
Hater
for you
culture.
until you become too successful. Go ahead, Mo.
I was just saying hater culture. People love to just sit there and hate on people.
I would say with the culture vulture thing, one thing that Kai is like, one thing that I can never defend with Kai was when he got mad at his chat because they were talking about him, you know, always doing the Caribbean stuff. And he said, what culture do y'all have? Americans literally do not have culture. Like, y'all just kind of exist. Y'all don't have any culture. And that was the one thing that I couldn't get behind because it was like your entire aesthetic is like Black American culture. Like, this is Black American culture. And of course, eventually, after he got the backlash from it of people saying exactly what I just said, that's when he was like, oh, I was trolling with the chat, this and that. But like, he genuinely meant that because it was like the Caribbeans, they have like their own, like they got patois and, you know, they whine and then they do the whole carnival season thing. And it's like, this is culture. Americans don't have that. And it's like, yeah, they do. Everything you do is Black American culture, bro. So that was one thing that I would say that I couldn't, you know, get behind Kai with in terms of culture and stuff like that. But to say that he's a culture vulture of the underground, Kai never made himself like, I am the underground savant. People just put that label on him because he like reacted to a couple underground artists. And I think that's unfair. Like, is when people doing the same thing with Plaque Max. Like, Plaque Max is a musical genius and this and that because he brought on a couple underground rappers and one of the songs caught fire. You know what I'm saying? Like, now when Plaque Max says something like, I've never heard the blueprint, and you know what I'm saying? Then it's a big deal. It's like, Plaque Max didn't ask to be placed and labeled as a music expert. He was just listening to the music that he listens to.
Right.
Yeah, I remember him. I remember Kai. Not Kai. I remember when Burna Boy he got some backlash for saying a similar thing about Americans not really, or Black Americans not having culture or anything like that. I mean, Black American culture is the most worldwide, probably the most copied culture anywhere. Like, you got people they got like whole, again, I feel like I brought up TikTok a bunch of different times this episode, but I seen on TikTok, they got like a whole, it's like a whole section of either, it might be Tokyo, I want to say, where it's just a bunch of Japanese people dressed like Black people and wearing like Black hairstyles and Black fashion, and like it's like Japanese people with dreads over there, like they, you know, and it's just like that in a bunch of countries. Like, they got like drill music in Italy, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's Black American culture is worldwide culture. So
Yeah. No, I feel that. I mean, I feel like the one thing is, though, with the culture aspect of it, are the day-to-day stuff, but I think it's like sometimes when they're talking about the Black American culture and not really existing, it's kind of like more the celebratory part. Like, where, as you said, they have the what's it called, like Carnival, and they have, they just the different events that they really embrace. And I remember I asked like some people a couple years ago, because I think it was like Walmart or somewhere was like doing for Juneteenth, they were selling like watermelon and like fried chicken. And they were like, that like people looked at it like that's racist. But it's just like, that's our culture. Like that is our culture. It's like, how is, I don't know, like, it sounds crazy because it's like they put such a negative connotation on it, but it's like, if we can't fully embrace that, because I'm like, if it's for Juneteenth, we're supposed to be celebrating Black people, Black Americans, then it's just like, yeah, like, just how on Cinco de Mayo, people eat tacos, I
mean,
like,
but we can't do a plate of soul food instead of just like outright, because watermelon and fried chicken don't even go together. So it's like we can't do a plate of like mac and cheese, collard greens, cornbread. Like, it's gotta be fried chicken and watermelon.
But I mean, it's like, but look, you even saying it like that just made it like, you made it have a negative connotation. Why can't we just embrace what we eat? We eat watermelon and fried chicken. And I'm like, and it's like, this is Walmart or Costco. You feel me? It's like, no, I don't want no collard green from Walmart or Costco, bro. You feel me? Like give me what you can make that would be simple to embrace the culture. Some watermelon and fried chicken. You feel me? It's like, not everybody mac and cheese is good. Like, I'm not expecting them to make a full, like, real down south southern mac and cheese and this, that, and the other whole plate. Because that takes a lot of time and a lot of money. Like, like the food that we really enjoy, it takes time, Like, if you're going to really do it right, if you just want them just to throw it out there, I guess you can. But I'm just saying in the sense of like, we sit here, it's like, because if you say like an African person, and you'll be like, yeah, like if there was a African Independence Day and they were selling some fufu and some jollof rice, they're gonna be like, all right, okay, like, appreciate it. You know, like they probably gonna eat it because that's their culture. You feel me? But it's just like us as Black Americans. It's like I don't know. Just even as you said with the like watermelon and fried chicken. You know, it's like it ain't got to be all that. It's just like it's like we continue to allow it to be negative. We continue to allow it to have that power when it's just like if this is what we have, this is what we have. You know, it's like because I don't know. I don't know. I just feel like like what do you want them to? As you say, you want a full soul food tray, but it's just like
Or
realistically,
if it's Walmart, y'all got patty pie. Why not just, hey, happy Juneteenth. Here's our patty pies that exclusively at Walmart. Why can't it be that?
I mean, you can, I guess, you know, if people who like sweet potato pie, but I mean that's only one aspect of it. I'm just saying, like, as yet again, it's just I don't know. I feel you can do that, and I don't even know if it was Walmart. That's why I said Walmart, Costco, like whoever it was. But that's why I'm just getting at. It's like I don't know. Like I think just sometimes Black Americans we have a hard time truly embracing our culture as it is, you know, like and we allow it to have such a negative connotation at times, and I think that's something that we need to learn to get over. Like if we eat fried chicken, we eat fried chicken, bro. Like Mexicans eat tacos, you know, like shoot. I'm trying to think, like, you know, Japanese people they eat rice. You feel me? Or they eat sushi. It's like, you know, it's not messed up for you to say it. It's like that's what they eat.
But it's like it's the historical context behind it, bro. It's like white people use that stuff for minstrel shows to mock Black people and to like, you know what I'm saying, patronize Black people and kind of marginalize them and put them in this box of like unintelligent, simple, ignorant, you know what I'm saying, stupid beings. So it's kind of like it's like the N-word, right? With the hard ER. It's like people are like, it's just a word, and it's like the historical context behind it of how they used the word, where they used the word, and for how long, and how it's been used in prior generations and how it's used today. If a white person uses that word, the ER to a Black person, it is with this intention. You know what I'm saying? I think that. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, at what point do like we continue to give it that power though?
It's generational trauma. It's not, you know what I'm saying? It's not something that you can just, all right, we're gonna turn it off. That's it. No, like it's in your blood, bro. Like it's in your mind, regardless if you want to acknowledge it or not. Like
I mean, but you have to start actually doing the thinking. You have to start like at some point you have to actively start looking at it differently. If you don't, then you'll never change it, and it's going to continue to go through generations.
But what does it mean though? If you do that, right? Oh, this is what that mean. This what that mean. We taking the power back on watermelon, fried chicken, and then you got a white person with a piece of fried chicken in one hand, a piece of watermelon in the other hand. They tap dancing in front of you. Say, Johnny gon' shuck and jive. Johnny gon' shuck and jive. Like, bro, you're not about to play with us like that.
You're putting in a whole different context than what I brought it up as. I'm saying we're celebrating Juneteenth. This is supposed to be our celebration of Black people. So if you're giving us something, it's different if you're doing it like you chucking and driving with it. But if it's supposed to be a celebration of us, it's like, what is the food that they're supposed to have out there? It's like, don't bring me no hot dogs and hamburgers. You feel me? Like, yeah, it's like, bro, this is a day to celebrate us, and this is what we eat. We eat watermelon and fried chicken.
Now watermelon might be a little bit extreme, though. I think you could just do with the
Juneteenth, the middle of the summer, bro.
I ain't never.
Bro, what did she say?
No, I was gonna say because I heard Rashad say that earlier. I ain't never had watermelon and chicken at the same time. I don't even like watermelon, but I ain't never seen nobody eat it at the same exact time. No.
Yeah, and I get it, you know, and I don't even know what the full display of what, you know, so that's why I say, like, I say those things because those are the things that stood out to me. I don't know what all they had on display. That's crazy.
That's crazy. That's insane.
But yeah, and like, you know, And so I don't know if they had any size to go with it. I don't know if maybe those are the things that stood out, and that's what made the report of what was going on. Just like you got to be real how media works. But because if it was literally only watermelon and fried chicken, it's like, all right, what are we doing here? Like, throw something. You feel me? But I'm just saying these are the things that we eat. It's like, and I think we just need to, especially like on a day like Juneteenth, it's like we got to come to a consensus. Like, this is what, I don't know. This is like, if we're going to celebrate it, we want the world, we want the country, not the world, but the country to truly acknowledge Juneteenth. We want it to really be a holiday. It's just like on the 4th of July, they're going to get the hot dogs and the hamburger because that's American. That's white America, just to keep it a buck. That's really white America. So it's just like, all right, for our day, how do we want people to fully celebrate it? Like the people around us, because unless we're just only going to gatekeep it for us, you get what I'm saying? So,
the parents in this, for the listeners, first off, if you made it to this point in the episode, I want to say thank you. Second off, if you hear us chuckling, it's because Rashad has a very insane photo pulled up of a black family doing like one of those YouTube eating videos with fried chicken and watermelon. So the parents, they need to be arrested for this. I'm not mad at the kids at all, but the parents need to be jailed. But what was I going to say? Fried chicken is, like Mo said, that is black culture though. Like whether we like it or not, that absolutely is.
Fried chicken, 100%. Fried chicken, 100%.
Like that's. I would say that's probably our main food if we being real.
Yeah,
black American culture.
It's the main dish of the soul food plate.
Literally.
What I was offended by is the fried chicken and watermelon, and say you have some purple drink, Kool-Aid. Okay, at this point, you slapping me in the face and calling me the N-word. Like,
I'm with you with that. Yeah, fried chicken, Kool-Aid, and watermelon is they're basically just calling you the N-word at that point.
Yeah, so like if it's like, that's what I'm saying, that they're being egregious with it, then that's one thing. But I'm just saying, like, us as people just embrace, if like, because as I said, and I'm gonna try and find the thing exactly who was it that was serving the food, so I can have a better, like, so I can really make a better like statement about it. But if I'm saying, it's like, if you sitting there, because I remember when it came out, it was just like essentially, like, I remember those things are the ones that stood out to me. But I'm saying, like, if you're just doing like, here's some Kool-Aid and blah blah blah, it's like,
I think
if I came to work, if like it was IKEA, okay, it was IKEA, and then what all did they have?
Hold on. IKEA serves watermelon and fried chicken on Juneteenth menus. Vegas. Hey yo.
But so like, it's like, it's on the menu, it's a full menu. So it's just like, those are the things. So look,
an attempt at him
fried chicken, mac and cheese, potato salad, collard greens, and candy yams. That's what you say you wanted, bro. And they still got the backlash. What can they do? What more can they do? It's like,
I'm gonna keep it real. If they had all that and just left the watermelon out, they would have been Gucci. They could have had. I feel like the watermelon. You got to pick between the two.
You pushing it.
Yeah. The watermelon.
You get mac and cheese, potato salad, collard greens, candy yams. You put some that cornbread.
Yeah, the watermelon just kind of stands out because that ain't even like, it don't even match the rest of the food.
But it's you eat fruit to start off. Like, what, you want them to put some grapes out there? I eat a lot of fruit personally. Like, I eat a lot of fruit, so that's why, like, for me, like, that makes sense to have some type of fruit in there, and if like you're gonna do a fruit, it's like, and I guess you could do grapes or something, you feel me? I would have been but
I'm sorry, Mo. Let me go on mute because this is ridiculous, bro.
No, you know where they really messed up? Readers,
What?
they put fried chicken and watermelon right next to each other.
Yeah, they put them up top, bro.
That's
Like,
the
come
issue that
on, bro.
yeah.
Like
They had to separate.
Juneteenth to honor the perseverance of Black Americans and acknowledge the progress yet to be made. We observe Juneteenth on Saturday, June 19, 2021. Click here for more info. We will be showcasing a compilation of videos in honor of Juneteenth. Look out for a special menu on Saturday, which will include fried chicken, watermelon, mac and cheese, potato salad, collard green.
Yeah, it should have said fried chicken, mac and cheese. They should have said watermelon last, and then it wouldn't have felt as crazy.
Yeah, but I feel you on that. I guess the way it worded, but I guess like in a sense, as I said, for me personally, like, because if I'm eating all this stuff, like I would like something that's a little healthier as well. And so I would personally enjoy some watermelon with it. 'Cause I like watermelon, but I like fruit in general. Like I eat a lot of fruit. So that's why I'm like, for me, adding that on there, just to add that something like a little bit healthier on the side with what you're already eating, and it's refreshing. Because it's like everything you're eating outside of that is savory. So it's like have something to kind of cut through as a more refreshing thing. So, but yeah. So I mean, that's overall. That's what I'm saying. It's just like people can't do right because it's just like you want people to embrace it. You want people to embrace the day and embrace the culture of it. But it's just like when they try to, it's just like what I guess like if they would have had everything but the watermelon, then I guess the menu would have been hidden. But it's just
I ain't gonna lie, bro. I don't want no white Americans celebrating Juneteenth and observing. I do not care how you want to celebrate and honor me on Juneteenth. If this holiday is for us, this holiday is for us.
But I'm just saying, like, so if you want it to be a national holiday where people are going to get the day off, like a MLK Day or something of that nature, which is what a lot of people would like, then it's just like, because that's like pretty much you might as well say, like, white people don't celebrate MLK Day.
What did they do on MLK Day?
I mean, they go out there and march. What are you talking about? Like,
white people go out and march on MLK Day?
There be white people out there that do celebrate the day. Like, there are definitely white people who are out there. If you go to the city of Atlanta, you're going to see some white people walking. It's not only black people. It'll be a lot of black people, but it's not only black people.
Me personally, I ain't gonna lie. I never seen a white person marching on MLK Day.
I mean, my mom, since she worked for QT, they have like they're part of the MLK Day, and I used to go to it like every year and like walk in it with her, and I've 100% seen white people there. So I mean, I guess that's just like, yeah, so that's like from my perspective, so that's why I'm like, it's not like it's only black people who. So I don't know. I guess it's like I feel you. I guess like we could keep it on some, Malcolm X, separate but equal. You feel me? I guess that's what we.
No, I mean, like if since it's a federal holiday, enjoy your day off, stay at home, go to sleep. You know what I'm saying? But it's like you don't have to do we gonna honor our black employees. Like I don't want my company being like we gonna honor our black employees with a soul food meal in the office on Thursday. No, like no, just leave it alone, bro. Leave it alone. Let black people do what they're gonna do with their families, with their community, with their people. Let them do what they want to do. And if y'all want to come to the cook, you know what I'm saying? If you want to come to the cookout, the barbecue, whatever, and sit down and fellowship with us and talk with us, cool. But like, let us do what we do. You know what I'm saying? If this is our holiday, let us organize the events. Let us, you know what I'm saying? And all you got to do, you know what I'm saying? If you want to come, hey, bro, can I come to yeah, you could come on over. Let's do it like that. But you're not about to, that's how stuff gets corporate and everything. And it's already corporate because it's a federal holiday at this point. But it's like, nah, I don't need presented by Walmart, presented by Target. No, I don't need that. For Juneteenth.
What if it was a black exec that came up with it?
If it was a black exec that came up with it, the black exec need to if it's their DEI person or whatever, I ain't gonna lie. I'm kind of better. I mean, unless it's like, say, I feel like Target was doing a good job of this, ironically, of where like Black History Month, they put all the black owned brands at the front of the store. Or they have a whole section that say black owned, Black History Month, and it label and it's in the front of the store of the clothes section and stuff like that. I rock with stuff like that. I have no problem with that. Have some deals for some black owned stuff. You know what I'm saying? If you're gonna do that, you know how they have the Labor Day sale, Memorial Day sale, all that. If you're gonna do a sale for Juneteenth, make it for some black owned business. I rock with that. But if it's some like, yo, we got fried chicken and watermelon, no, bro, like just keep that, bro, please. Just stay out of our business, bro.
But that's what I'm saying. What if it was like the black person that was like, I'm trying to make it all of our business? You feel me? Like the black person, you said
that black person a coon too.
He a coon because he was like, I'm trying to give my people, the employees that going or the people who coming in, they already gonna come here and eat. Why not give them some food that they enjoy? Cause they can't go to the cookout. Cause they do still gotta work. You feel me?
Yeah.
Like
no, Lucy don't need to be. You know what I'm saying? Hey, here's food from my culture. No, like Indians don't push no food on you. They ask you if you want it. If you go to one of their events and you in the vicinity and everybody eating, they ask you, do you want a plate of this curry, the blah, blah, blah. You can say yes or no. They don't force it on you. They don't say, all right, y'all, it's Indian Independence Day. Here's some curry.
Because the thing is, we're talking about Black Americans. We're not talking about Indian American. Like Indian Americans were not set free. So that's why I'm saying, I'm like, and you got to really think deeper than just like, it's just, oh, this is just some employee. Cause I'm like, if I was an employee and I worked at IKEA that day, and you told me that usually we get a bunch of BS, random stuff like, all the time. But then you tell me today on Juneteenth, because I don't have an opportunity to go, like, because I'm coming into work from maybe like 9 to 6, or I'm coming in from like 12 to 10. The cookout starts at 1, ends at 8 or whatever. You feel me? It's just like, I don't have the opportunity to go eat, or you don't have the family or just whatever. You feel me? Maybe your family is somewhere else. And then you telling me that like y'all finna have some fried chicken, some mac and cheese, some collard greens, some corn or whatever else was on that menu, and and some watermelon. It's like, I'm gonna be like, bet, lit. Like, it's up for lunch today. Like, that's what I would be thinking is up. Like, because you got to put yourself in the shoes of the person who actually worked there, the people who are actually enjoying this, not just the person that's looking at it as like, so y'all just pandering. It's like, shoot, I guess they could have just served you just some, I keep saying it, but like just some hot dogs that day. You feel me? I would have just been like, this is trash. Or I guess pizza party. You feel me? Like, it's still a holiday, so you do like do something for it. So, I mean, I guess, like, you could do that. But if I'm a person that actually works there and you're going to tell me this is the menu for the day, I'm going to be like, it's hidden. Like, I would eat it personally. But I don't know. Maybe that makes me a coon. You feel me? I'll eat the IKEA fried chicken.
I'll be coon for the right meal.
Did y'all used to love fried chicken Wednesday or fried chicken Thursday in college?
Nah, I felt it was pandering. I'm joking. Yeah,
that was my favorite day of the week.
Nah, facts.
Yeah, I went to a PWI, and it was in the South. I feel like we used to have fried chicken like damn near every day, just because of where our school was in Alabama. But we didn't have. It wasn't like the HBCUs where they had like a designated day for the fried chicken.
I mean, we went to Georgia Southern and Valdosta.
Oh yeah, y'all did too. I'm bugging. Y'all did went to
I went to Valdosta State and we had fried chicken Thursday.
Yeah, we didn't. I don't know. We I know they used to serve it on Sundays because I know on Saturday nights that was like my go-to meal. On Sunday mornings after when I would be hungover, I would get a fried chicken plate and a Gatorade, and I'll be back rejuvenated.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. Them buffets, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I missed that part of college.
Facts. That was the first time I tried mayonnaise on a burger, bro. Changed my life.
Bro, you just be trying stuff because it's all you can eat.
Right.
But if you got a swipe, man, look. Shout out to the meal plan. Shout out to cafeterias, bro. But like, it gets old though. By the end of my freshman year, I got tired of it because it was like I was having the same stuff every day. But when I first got there, it was like Golden Corral, like right by my dorm. It was crazy.
What's your favorite white people food?
See, that's hard because I'm trying to figure out what qualifies as white people food.
Hot dogs? Do hot dogs qualify as white people food? But are hot dogs my favorite white people food?
Yeah, cheeseburgers. I feel like that's white people food.
Ooh.
I say one that gets a lot of flack: green bean casserole. Green bean casserole be hidden.
No, sir. No, sir.
I feel like I've had it before and it was good.
No,
I know I've had broccoli casserole before and it was on point.
Rashad, you don't like green bean casserole, bro?
no, thank you.
Have you had it?
Yes.
Do you like
So you
casserole?
was like the wrong person made it, bro. Because green bean casserole be hidden, bro.
I'm trying to think of what are white people dishes. If y'all can name some, I'll Google it. White people dishes. White people dishes.
White people food.
What is this? All right, bro. Let me see if I can find
Yeah, it might just be American food in general, for real. Like, what food do white people eat on a daily basis?
White people love bagels.
Oh, shout out bagels for sure. Y'all snap with that, white folks.
Bagels.
Oh, this is terrible.
They love just all different types of coffee.
I'm not a coffee guy.
Yeah, they no, don't get it twisted. They know how to barbecue. They might not know how to. If it's anything that they know how to make, it's definitely barbecue and you in Louisiana, Rashad, the Cajun white people.
Oh,
Yeah.
everybody in Louisiana can cook.
Yeah,
This food's so good down here, boy. Man, these white folks season they stuff.
yeah, they could cook.
Yeah, these white folks can cook for sure. The gumbo. Shout out to Coach O. But yeah. That's my favorite. What I say? I like bagels. I like grilled cheese. Does that count as white people food? I like grilled cheeses.
I like grilled cheese. Apple pie.
Oh, apple pie is hard, bro. Apple pie,
Yeah.
hot dogs, cheeseburgers, like all the 4th of July food. The 4th of July menu, for real. I rock with all of that.
Facts.
All right, well, cool. All right, fellas, we've been on for over 2 hours now. I think we ran later than what we thought we would do tonight. I appreciate y'all for staying up with us. 1 a.m. podcast once again going over 1 a.m. And yeah, fellas, is there anything else that y'all like to add before we get out of here?
Yeah, go stream that new
Yo,
Yang.
y'all. Oh, facts. Last thing, did y'all hear about that turkey leg hut owner? How he was out here, boy, moving like ghosts.
Crazy. Burning, getting burnt, buildings burned down. Yeah, he was wilding, bro.
They were supposed to be like Christians or whatever and stuff like that too.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, we might have to dive more into that next episode because I feel like it's like new information coming out every day.
Bro, for real. He gonna have a documentary on Hulu by next week.
Literally.
100%. You know that. Speaking of the Diddy trial started this week too.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
Hey man, I feel like it might get spooky.
We'll see what happens in the next couple of weeks because they named Dallas Austin and Michelle Williams. I said not the one gospel single from Destiny Child.
Oh, right.
Yeah, but
Let me cater to you.
but all right, fellas, let the people know where they can find you on social media.
On X, no, we're not calling it X. We call it Twitter by its government name. On Twitter, _Jelani, 2 underscores at the end. If you want to be one of my group of 90 followers on there.
Right. Find me at Monos _ on Twitter and RBMO ___. Man, somebody made a Jelani, bro. Somebody made a fake Instagram using my name, bro. Sitting there asking people for $100 cash apps.
Are you deadass?
Yeah.
Using your name, did they have your profile picture?
Now they didn't even have no profile picture. It was like RBMO. It was like 8867. And
So
then
you
like
can't even have. So you can't even use that name.
No, my name is RBMO ___.
Okay.
Yeah, so they just used the fake name, and then, but I got it taken down though. You know, I made sure the powers that be found out. But yeah, bro, I was just like, oh, mad random. I was like, and then the thing that got me was the people who followed it back and the people who responded to it. Because it's like, bro, my page is still active. Like, why would I go make a whole new page? And I guess it's somebody, I don't know, if I wanted to go ask you for $100, I would just do it from my page. Why would I make a whole new page just to go ask you for $100? You know?
So somebody was parodying you and asking people that you know for $100.
Yeah, I mean, they didn't get far. Yeah, it was only up for like maybe like 2-3 hours.
That's so random, bro. That's super creepy.
Yeah, but as I said, I just thought it was the thing that really got me was the people who followed it back and stuff. I was just like, why would I just make this random page with like no photos, no profile photo, nothing? It's just like, but I was like, it is what it is.
That's crazy.
Yeah, but hey, last thing, bro. Tell me why Rashad knows. Man, the way I found out, bro, my ex had hit me up. And it was just like, did you make a new Instagram? I was like, no. And so then I threw out there, like, yo, since we talked, it's been a long time. You been straight, And she's like, yeah, I've been good, blah, blah. I'm like, okay, she talking about she a manager and a cat groomer. She was a dog groomer when I knew her. And she's like, yeah, I'm a cat groomer now too, blah, blah. Like, okay, that's what's up, congratulations, this, that, and the other, blah, blah. Like, I bet your cat loves that, you got personal groomer on hand. She's like, yeah, she does. She getting so much love these days. We moved to the 3rd floor, me, her, my partner. I was like, I was like, heard loud and clear. I heard, well, God bless.
Oh man, stories I could tell. Yeah, I've been there before. Yeah, especially when it happens sooner than what you was expecting. Right? Like, oh man, you just sent me back to 2020 with that one.
Yeah, nah, it'd be like that, man. Hey, I shout out to her for being faithful.
Yeah, your girl's a good girl, bro.
Right.
Wait, how long have y'all not to extend this anymore? How long have y'all been broken up?
We broke up like August.
Oh, okay. It wasn't okay. That's like a decent amount of time ago.
Yeah,
that's kind of fresh.
Bro, that's almost a year ago. We in May right now.
That's like, because like that's 4 months from the end of the year, so that's 8 months. Like in 8 months, not only did you meet someone, you moved in with them. That's kind of crazy.
Moving in is kind of crazy, but meeting somebody is
no. Meeting someone and dating someone,
Yeah.
that's normal. But like moving in with them within the 8 months is kind of crazy, yeah, for sure, in my opinion.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, shoot, people do what they got to do out here, man.
Hey man, we're going to end the podcast on a happier note.
Yeah. He's like, I ain't throwing no dirt on no folks' name. You ain't gonna get mad at me. I feel it. I respect it. Hey man, hey, happy birthday to my ex. You know, it was just her birthday a couple days ago, May 2nd. You know what I mean? Everything like that. You know what I mean? Doing their thing, doing it large and stuff like that. We on good terms and stuff. So salute to her and her partner as well. You know what I mean? That's called maturity. That's called growth, you know. But yeah, man. It was also I was thinking about Mo, you just gave me like a new fear unlocked of like someone making an account, like especially Instagram, because I'm beyond the app and like following and asking people for $100. And it's like, imagine the people who aren't that close with me. And then like, so they never bring it up of like, I didn't like that one time you asked me for $100. You want to make me out here looking like I'm broke, bro? Like, that's crazy, dog. Like,
Right.
It's crazy.
Yeah, you gotta hope that your face card and your name hold weight, man. That they'll be like, nah, Rashad never do that.
Right.
Cause I don't know. I'm just like, bro, why would I just randomly ask you that? It's like, do I seem like that type of person? It did like off of a fake account, off of a random brand new account. Like, yeah, this is my account where I get my $100 cash apps.
This is my begging account.
But yeah, bro. But hey, yeah. Shout out to to the X's and A partners, man. Shout out to that new Ye. Shout out to the Diddy trial.
Shout out to everybody, man.
Shout out to IKEA and the watermelon and fried chicken for sure.
Facts.
What we name? Oh well, I'll let you name the episode, Mo. But yeah, because we definitely got some takeaways from this episode. So this is one of them ones for sure.
Hey, last shout out to my Wi-Fi for
holding up for sure. I ain't gonna lie.
Sure,
it was looking shaky the first 30. I ain't gonna lie, but it came back. Your Wi-Fi the real MVP of this episode.
Facts.
But all right, fellas. Until next week, we will be back as always. 1 a.m. pod. We are out.
Chicks on your APs, looking like Weez. Haven't seen